What up, YouTube? A box just came. Scoot was just going nuts. I think I have an idea of what it is, and I want to share it with you guys and talk to you a little bit about what it is, why I got it. So let's go check it out. Boom. I think this is it. So it just arrived. One of the interesting parts is they try and make it like discreet so no one knows what it is. So we could block out my address just so nothing comes in here. But it's from a company called Dadi. That'll make a little bit more sense later. I don't love the company name. And I have no idea who this company is. It was a friend of mine actually recommended it, and he's like, hey, you should look into this. This is something like I did, and I was like, I don't know about it. Like, sounds kind of weird. But the more and more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? Maybe let me look into it and see. Geez, they taped this sucker closed. What it is and how I can use it. So they really make this discreet. Okay. Wow. All right. So here it is. This is so weird. So I don't know what this is. Oh, but you send it back to a lab in Massachusetts. So I want to open this up and show you guys because I have no idea what to expect. And it says biological substance on it. Oh my, so this is interesting. So ooh, it's cold. This is it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see that on there? Literally, it's pretty neat. It's very, very basic. 3 steps to do it. But long story short, if you guys are like watching this, you're like, what the heck is that? It is literally a sperm collection tank, process, cup, whatever you want to call it. And you're like, why the hell is Ryan sharing this? I feel like more people need to talk about stuff like this and like share it. It's something random I wanted to do for a multitude of different reasons. So one, you don't have to go inside of a bank and like do it inside of there. That's really weird. Not into that. But also, this can test a bunch of different things. So this is it can look at like literally like sperm viability, all different types of things. They literally send you like a video of it just out of curiosity. If someone's like looking to get pregnant or looking to have kids, I am not right now, but I'll tell you why I'm doing this anyway. If someone's looking to have kids, this is probably a good option for someone to utilize just to know like, hey, where am I at? Is there anything I can do to improve it? Any nutritional diet, exercise, whatever it may be, supplements that can help improve viability. That would be a really good approach, right? For someone who's really trying to get pregnant or have kids or whatever it may be. Obviously, the guy wouldn't be getting pregnant. They'd be having the kids. But nonetheless, this is an interesting kit. The other thing that it does is there's a yearly fee, and they store it for you. So you can have it for life. And why does that matter, right? Like, why the hell would you be doing this? People are probably watching this and like, Ryan's freaking crazy, never following him again. Why would someone do this? Well, I'm in my late 20s, right? And so God forbid something happens. What happens if, God forbid, something happens one day and I'm unable to have children? What if it were, hey, I can go back and say, hey, I want to grab it from when I was in my late 20s or early 30s or whenever I'm ready and want to have kids, maybe I can go back if I'm at a time or a place where maybe things may not be as beneficial or maybe things might not be there. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Like, I don't know if I'm going to do this every year and be like, pick and be like, oh, here's my 29, 30, 31 or whatever. But I think it's a cool option. I wanted to talk about it because I didn't know about this, and I was like, I'm sure there's people who are on YouTube that have no idea what it is, or people who might actually be trying to get pregnant, and they don't want to, like, guys don't want to have to go in there and be like, oh, I got to go into this bank and test for viability. This is an at-home kit that you can utilize, but also for people who are younger. If someone, and this is not me, if someone's like about to take like anabolic agents, you would probably want to do something like this beforehand, so that way you know that there's no interruption or nothing that's going to basically mess up potentially your sperm for when you're ready to have children. So I think a lot of people have questions around this or might be like, wow, that's actually a pretty good idea, but no one wants to talk about it. I'm completely open and fine talking about it because No one else is willing to. But I think it's interesting. And that's really the reason why I want to do it is I'm not looking to have kids right now. But there, God forbid something happens, there may be a time when I come back and go, well, that's there. For someday, somehow, some situation, some scenario, at least I know I'll have it. So I will be able to have kids one day if God forbid something happens. What up, guys? We are back. We finally got the results. I'll talk a little bit about these and I'll explain it a little bit. You guys will see that here. Like, we're gonna pull up like a live screen share of this. First and foremost, the most interesting part about this is it's called the Dadi kit. I don't know. I think it's probably a clever name, but it's just interesting. It's weird. But I want to talk about this because I don't think anyone else is willing to, and I'm willing to be uncomfortable about it. So the first screen you see is literally like them swimming around. Like, you see like your potential future kids like hanging out. Right now it says I have 89 million viable pre-frozen sperm. They divided it into 3 separate vials. So it literally gives you 3 opportunities to fertilize an egg. And before we go into the other ones, I just want to explain why the heck I'm doing this again, right? Like, you're still in your 20s. Why are you still doing this? Well, here's the thing. Like, I've said this, and I said this earlier on in the video, like, something, like, tomorrow's not promised. Like, I could get on a flight tomorrow and something could happen. Like, that's how much perspective I have in life. Like, I talk about that all the time. Like, tomorrow isn't guaranteed. So I was like, you know what? Like, I'm sure there are people that are in a similar situation and like, hey, why don't I just look at this? Why don't I have something done? What happens if I fall in love with someone, or I have someone significant in my life, or there's someone who is looking to have some baby in the future and I'm the only option, right? Like, there's a million reasons why I can think of why I want to do this. Like, it's not something that I'm just doing for a gimmick. I literally have I know no one from this company, and there was nothing, like, there's no affiliate or sponsorship or anything associated with this. It was just something I was interested in because of this whole like biohacking, like looking future forward looking concept. And so I just wanted to look at it. So you see here, it's pretty interesting. You see like this little breakdown. Now it gives you, the second thing it gives you is like your sperm count, and it tells you like where you're at. And the other thing is this, like, this might be an option. There might be guys out there who are couples who are having trouble getting pregnant and have no idea why. And rather than you feeling uncomfortable as a male, going in and being like, oh, I'm gonna go to this clinic where I have to look at these magazines and beat off to try and get an account of this, like, why can't I just do it at home? Like, that's the reality of the situation. That's how most people test. Now they have at-home testing kits for nearly anything. So this is another application. Like, I'm sure there's guys that are watching my channel who are like, oh, I would never talk about that. But like, those are the guys who are going to go do this because they're having trouble probably getting pregnant. Like, if I was trying to have kids, I would do anything. Like, I would try and find any possible solution, and you never know if it's on the guy or the girl. And so this might be an opportunity to help someone that way. So the next one, like I said, sperm count. Me, I'm in the average sperm count. I don't even know what that means. It's 204 million. It's a lot of guys swimming around. Average, I'm in the 25th to 50th percentile, which is pretty cool for sperm count. Sperm concentration is interesting. I'm below average. I don't really know what that means. Basically, it just says I'm below average compared to data by the World Health Organization. It says it shouldn't be a cause for alarm, but it could be something, I don't know, maybe if I'm trying to have a kid sometime in the next 5 years, it might be something to look into and figure out ways like, hey, how do you increase that? So I'm on the below average side for sperm concentration, but sperm volume, I'm above average, baby. I'm above average, 5.6 milliliters. I don't know what that means at all, but it says I was in the 75th to 90th percentile. I'm sure there's someone like who is a fertility specialist who would understand this a lot more. Those numbers, like, for me right now doesn't mean much. But again, like, someone, if they're trying to get pregnant Like if I was trying to have a kid, I would probably get this tested again. And like I said, I might do this every year. Like I literally might store this every year and literally have a bank of like, hey, 29, 30, 31, and maybe like start trying to have a kid at 33, and God forbid something happens or I can't, I have this entire pool to choose from. So really interesting and really random at the same time. And I wanted to shine light on it because like I said, guys, I want to bring stuff. I want to talk to you guys about things that other people might not be willing to talk about, but it's the reality of the situation. And that's what I'm here for. Bring perspective into everyone's lives. So with that being said, if you have any questions on this or anything else you guys want me to test, show, let me know down below in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because we're going to be posting a ton more information like this. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Make positivity louder. I'll talk to you later.